Talker with Reverend Zechariah Jackson. Reverend Jackson is founding pastor of the Church of What's Happening Now, located in Plainfield, New Jersey. And now, the Town Talker, Reverend Zechariah Jackson.
Always good coming to you. This is the Reverend Zechariah Jackson from the Church of What's Happening Now, Town Talker Talk Show. Boy, I tell you, this week has been something else. I tell you, hanging over there in New York with all the traffic and everything, trying to get as close to the president as I could get, I tell you, it's something else for. But it's all about being American, I guess, enjoying the hustle and bustle of Manhattan and everything. It's a beautiful place and everything. God bless New York City, and God bless the whole state and the whole country, I have a young lady here today from the Council for Airport Opportunity. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And she's going to talk about getting jobs and things of that nature and entrepreneurship. Is that correct?
Exactly.
And introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Denise Kennedy. Today I really want to talk about grant development and grant writing. In today's economy, we're looking forward to doing something a little different with corporations that are falling, and many of us are left without jobs. Sometimes we have a dream that we can turn into reality, but many small businesses, not only small business, most people don't know how to start putting together a business plan where they can turn that dream into reality and at the same time make money at that. So that's what I want to talk about.
Well, let me ask you this right here. Is it really possible? People talk about corporations and things, but can we really become successful entrepreneurs? Are we too small-minded? A corporation offers a structure. I'll put it to you this way. I probably would never go to Home Depot if the smaller hardware stores would act right. But years ago, they were so rigid. If a nail was bent and you took it back to them, they wouldn't take it back. Just little things like that. They think you bent the nail. You know what I mean? You have to prove to them and almost have a fight with the guy, before you get out the store. With Home Depot, you take it back, tell them the nail is bent, they give you 3 more nails.
Well,
They throw a whole box in. So how can we, as just, small people, just trying to make a mark, how can we, compete with the corporations? Or is that our goal, to build our own corporation?
Well, the goal should be a person that's business-minded or has that dream that wants to turn into reality should first, that's why a business plan and proper planning will help that, because what you will do is that, first of all, you have to have that dream and have a plan. Your marketing research will tell you that. It will show your competition and what they are doing and what you can do better. There's always a way of where the competition, when there's more than one person in a marketplace doing the same thing, we can do it better sometimes. Large corporations are out there, but maybe they're not people-oriented. Just like, for instance, a person would rather call on the phone and have a live voice rather than, talking to the machines that we're in. That could be, like a answering service and things like that.
I hear people saying that. Let me interject here. I hear people saying it all the time. But let's kind of face it a little bit. As you grow, as your company grow, you need less people on the phone and more people handling business. And if that phone can do what a human voice, a human person can do, why not have the phone? Are we in denial of modernization? This is what I want to know.
Well, it's not so much in denial of modernization. It's that we are people, and we would rather, many times you may have problems with a phone bill or something like that. And sure, you can have that computerized telemarketer or whatever. You can talk to the system and use the different codes. But you would rather speak to operators still. I know I still do. And then you know that your problem is resolved, because chances are they can get into that telephone system and tell you a little bit more than just that automated teller can do for you. So it will always be where it will be a people oriented, and people do need to talk to people, because you feel better at the end of the day doing business with a person. I don't care how computerized we get.
Okay, but the truth of the matter is this right here. Is a certain age bracket where, you know, I still go for my pen. The other day I didn't have a pen, I almost panicked. You know what I mean?
Right.
I walked in the store without a pen. Where the younger generation are more computer literate. And their writing is actually with their fingers. You understand?
I understand.
So, I mean, you know, what are we really saying? Are we sabotaging ourselves with kind of like looking to keep the old quote going, or the old way going, or should we move to the next level? Because let's face it, another 10, 15 years, if you don't know how to use a computer, you can read all you want, you're going to be illiterate again.
I understand that. And even though we have a young generation that are so computerized, I'm sure you had experience where you may walk into McDonald's and everything is set up on that cashier's desk where, you know, quarter pounder, they press a button or whatever, and they are going to have power failure. If you're standing there and something
But the way
happens
the thing is set up, but see, the way the thing is set up is that if they have power failure, right, there's nothing else we gonna do.
Okay.
You know, I mean, see, in other words, the stage has been cut. You know what I mean? You know, the highway has been built, and unless you go on that highway, you know, well, what else can you do? So if the computer's down, you have to wait until it reboot. It ain't like you're gonna do something else and gonna get around it. Or can we? You follow what I mean?
Well, this is what we have to set up in the computer age. We do have to get around that in case of failure, and we are going to have glitches because, you know, anyone who's in the office environment or the banking, they'll tell you can stand on the banking line forever, and if the computers are down, you may stand there 20 minutes, and doesn't necessarily mean you had to if that computer was up. Because I have experienced that before. I've gone to the bank, and there's absolutely nothing the teller can do because the computers are down, and you have to wait 20 minutes. So, and again, talking about the McDonald's, and with the young generation, they couldn't even give you your right change away from getting into that keyboard as a cashier. I've experienced that.
But if they did give you, but why would the idea is right here? Here's where we at today. There would be no reason for them to give you the right change without that computer telling them what to give you. Because in other words, they couldn't open it. It's not like they're going to have a sack. I remember years ago we had a hot dog truck. We had a money sack around us. You know what I mean? And you would pull out so much money, you know, and count the change and things. There's no money sack no more. So how do we deal with this? And forgive me, audience, that I'm so in favor of modernization, computers and machines and things. You know, I was taught years ago by my grandmother that was actually machines that freed us out of chattel slavery. So 9 times out of 10, if there's a machine out there, I'm not too far from knowing what that machine does, because I was taught that before that machine, before the big Caterpillars, before the big John Deere, you understand me? It was my dear old back. You see.
I understand that, but like this afternoon, I really came to talk about, you know, making your dream into reality, and
Okay.
you know, not necessarily, you know, the computer age that we're in. I really wanted to talk about, you know, doing a business plan and presenting it to a banking, or maybe, you know, getting a real idea about what it will take with the 3-year planning, if you will be successful or if this is real or not. And sometimes in small businesses, what we would do is just have a dream and, you know, the passion of that dream, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that passion will take that dream where it will be profitable to us. And this is what I wanted to talk about, is, you know, the marketing, your component, you know, who are you competing against, a financial plan. And many small businesses sometimes forget the day-to-day bookkeeping also that, you know, impact their business. And, you know, things like, you know, really being, you know, realistic about your financial plan, and, you know, what you will have to do, pay yourself. Some people start a business and don't pay themselves, and then they find out that they're working 24 hours and, you know, all tired, and, you know, they didn't put that 3-year out where, you know, at the end of 3 years you should see something coming back. If you should abundant, what should you do? So these are the things that I wanted to talk about. Also